Yo, what is good? What up? What up? What up? Shout out to Martin. Welcome to another another casual stream with your boy Brian coming to you live from TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're live every day, almost every day. Tuesdays don't not so much. But we will be live tomorrow on Tuesday because we're not going into the city. We are going into the city, but we'll be back. So we got a new setup today. So if you see me looking up as opposed to over, that's what's going on. And ultimately, one day, hopefully, one day soon in the future, we'll be able to get all the streams in one place. Or maybe I'm just going to have to start streaming at different times. That's a lot of streaming, though. You know what I mean? I did a stream today on Instagram already. And this is my second stream of the day. So, it's a lot. It gets to be a lot. Hey, you made the right choice. You made the right choice. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm not going to be here long. Maybe like 20 minutes or so. Just a vibe, quick vibe, see how everyone's doing. Happy Halloween. Wish everyone a happy Halloween. How did the weekend go for everybody? I wanted to, I planned on staying in and then I started to get the bug a little bit, just a very, very little bit. I saw all the people dressed up. It's always fun when you see people dressed up. I got some anime outfits that I'm going to be wearing tonight. I have an Akatsuki outfit, so I'm going to be rocking that tonight as I'm handing out candy to all the little kitties. I saw Halloween Ends this weekend. It was so bad. Um, I mean, what did you expect? I can't believe they're still making Halloween movies. Like literally, I literally cannot fathom that they made another Halloween movie. I stopped watching now that doesn't really mean anything because I'm not the biggest horror film fan. I'm what they called scary. I'm not really for it. I'm not really, I don't know. I don't get it. It's kind of like I like I like roller coasters, but I don't love them. I'll go on a roller coaster, especially if there's an odd person out and they're like, "Oh, I don't have anyone to ride with me." Okay, I'll ride, but I don't love them. I don't go to the theme park to get on roller coasters. I go to eat, maybe have a drink or two. I don't know, but the roller coaster part, it's like people on planes. I have people tell me this all the time. They're like, "Brian, why are you afraid of flying?" Is when it gets bumpy, I just think about like being on a roller coaster. I'm like, that sounds awful. That sounds terrible. I don't ever want to be on a plane that feels like a roller coaster. Any kind of roller coaster. Am I mistaken? Am I tripping? Am I crazy? Does it sound like a good flight if your flight felt like a roller coaster? That sounds like a horrifying flight. And actually I've been on a flight that felt like that. I was flying back from Japan one time and they were like, "Hey, so there's a tsunami out there." Not tsunami. Tsunami is the wave. Oh my gosh. I can't remember. But the storm. Typhoon, maybe. I think it's typhoon. Typhoon was out there. We're gonna try to get out over it and get over, and we're gonna try to get out over it. Now that's where they messed up right there. That's where I was freaking out right there. What do you mean we're going to try? There is no try when it comes to storms. Either you can do it or you can't. But what happens if you can't? You know what I mean? Like we're gonna try to get out and get over it. That's what they said. We're gonna try to get out. I'm like, oh my God. Well, what happens if you can't? I guess the thought is they're just gonna turn around, but I mean, hello, it's ocean and it's night. When you fly back from Japan, many times you fly back at night. You start at night. So it's a long, dark, terrifying flight. If you don't like to fly, which I don't. I've gotten better though. I've made a lot of progress over these last 2 years with flying. I'm not the same person I used to be. I used to be terrible with flying. Still not the best, but I've made my peace with it. It is what it is. You're up in the air, you have no control, and it's kind of like that's kind of the whole thing. You got to just realize you have no control and just embrace it and enjoy it if you can. So I try to. Having lounge access helps. It's just a different energy. It's a different energy, it's a different vibe. I go to the lounge, I chill out, have some food, have some drinks, sit in a comfortable chair. It's not as noisy, it's not as much happening. So I just like the vibe and I get to set my energy before I get on the plane because once you get on the plane or I didn't realize how chaotic airports are. I mean, it's nonstop, like crazy energy. It's like Times Square in a small building. So anyway, yeah. Um, so I say all that to say I don't like to scare myself either. I don't want to be scared. I'll do a thriller, but even that's pushing it. I just want to laugh. I want to laugh and maybe a little adventure. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. That's fine. That's where I can do. That's about as far as I want to go. Even Lord of the Rings, man. I remember I'm so glad they changed them, but the first time they showed Gollum, Smeagol, oh, I had nightmares about that guy. He was terrifying. The eyes, oh my gosh, no. No, no, no. Your boy is not here for that. Your boy is not here for that. Not in any medium at all. Not in anime. I don't want to see terrifying anime. I don't want to see anything. Give me funny. Give me ninjas. Give me samurais. Give me food wars. Now, something I've learned about myself this year is that I really, really enjoy sports anime. I think it doesn't matter the sport. I know it doesn't matter the sport because I'll prove it to you. I do not like volleyball. I do not watch volleyball at all. I'm not against it. I don't hate it. I just don't watch it ever. I can't tell you 3 volleyball players. I know the 2, and I don't even know their names, but they're famous. That's how much volleyball I love. But I love Haikyuu. That anime is amazing. It's amazing. Now, I don't know what it is about sports anime that I love so much. I think it's the camaraderie. I think it's because they all kind of follow a similar standpoint, kind of an underdog, not as talented, um, but he overcomes. He or she, I say he or she, but I can't think of any female protagonist in a sports anime, which is unfortunate, you know. But we're getting so much better stories, man. I'm just so thankful for that. You got like oh my gosh, what's the MC for The Promised Neverland? Great, great MC. Made in Abyss, another great MC, So I'm glad that we're finally starting to see female MCs. Do I ever think we'll have a female MC in the shonen role? I don't know, because you got to also consider who is it for. It's for little boys, which is kind of funny. Which is kind of funny. One of my favorite things in life is made for little boys, which is like it's kind of crazy, right? If you think about it, because I'm not like I don't still watch Ninja Turtles or like He-Man. Now shows like Ben 10 or Avatar, it's arguable. It's not like I'm not against animation. I watch animation. I watch Rick and Morty. I watch Family Guy, but I'm not watching like I don't even know what the most current cartoon is. But I watch Adventure Time. I watch regular show. I don't know where that fits. So I feel like anime is on the level of like Adventure Time. It scales from Adventure Time up to Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is definitely not for kids, even though it's an animation. It's a cartoon. It's funny how I think some people are not able to kind of get over the fact that it's animation. I've showed people episodes of anime that I thought were really deep and really touching and really moving, and they laughed or they just couldn't. It's a cartoon. I don't care. I don't care that this person just like crossed the ocean to try to get a medicine that'll save the life of the person that they care about. I don't care. It's a talking raccoon. I get it. I get it. It doesn't. I feel the same way with like all of reality TV and most drama. I'm just like I have no disbelief. I'm just, oh, this is awful. Reality TV to me is awful. Now I know. I'm hoping that we see less reality TV now that we're seeing more of social media like forward. Most companies, most people know that like everything is mobile first. So that means that people are going to Snapchat. Good. What am I talking about? People are going to Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Those are the things that people are going to. And then they're going there, they're going on their phones. So I'm hoping that we're going to see more social media content like we are seeing. So like it's kind of hard. I think people don't realize it, but we're already starting to see kind of like shows on social media. The people that are the biggest on the platforms, they find the thing that they like, that people like, I should say, and then they do that thing. and people tune in, when they go on their page, they go to see that thing or those things. Most people get a couple. It's really hard to scale out. You start with something, you find something that people like, and it's very, very difficult to get the permission to scale, to expand, to diversify. Which is why I'm just so adamant about being diverse in my content right now from the beginning. One thing that, like, so on Instagram, I'm pretty popular for doing trends now. But what's important is that people hear my voice, because if I want to have a platform where I can talk, do my podcast, do lives, do streams, I can't do voiceless content, you know? So I make sure, even if it's not going to do well, it's important for my community. It helps me connect to my community, helps them connect to me, helps them understand me and who I am. So I'm just hoping that, I say all that to say, I hope that reality TV slowly fades away, because I think reality TV is one of the worst things that ever happened to us. And I'm not talking about like America's Got Talent, American Idol, and all that stuff, even though that stuff does have its own issues. I'm just talking about like the Kardashians, Jersey Shore, every housewife thing. That stuff is just so toxic. It's so toxic. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. It's just toxic. It's trash. Just trash right into your mind. And that's not how people live. That's not how people should live. But people grow up imitating this thing that they see. And you can say the same for like Instagram. Little girls, little boys grow up seeing these images of like what it means to be popular, to be a celebrity online, and they try to imitate it. So you just gotta watch it. We just gotta watch it. We gotta watch it, and we gotta have balance. Okay, if you like that stuff, well, what else? What are you putting inside to balance that out? That's one thing that I'm really big on right now. It's like, okay, well, I'm sure that there's not every single thing that I'm watching is good for me. What am I putting in to counter that, to balance that out? You know, I think balance is something that we just don't spend enough time thinking about, working on. Um, Balance is important. Balance is so important. If you're not balanced, it doesn't matter how much success you have, how much money you have, how many friends you have, you're not going to be able to enjoy it. And you might be like, well, Brian, if you have all those things, well, okay, how I can give you an example. So you're rich, you're a millionaire, and you have a ton of friends, and you're very successful, but all you do is work. Well, when do you spend time with your friends? When do you have time to spend the money that you made? If all you do is work, that's a tough life. That's a very, very tough life. And I know so many people that live their lives like that, you know? And I'm not, and if you enjoy working, like, you're in philanthropy, hi, soon you're going to grow and have millions of views and dollars. Hey, man, it's possible. It is very possible. Um, and the funny thing about it is, like, I don't care about millions of views or dollars. I mean, obviously that would be great, but I'm going to show up the same. I'm going to be the same because I'm being very intentional with how I'm setting myself up. You know what I mean? I want people to say, I want people to know what it is. So $1 million version of me is this, probably with a better setup. Maybe I can figure out something to where, my TikTok and my streams are a little bit better, but you know what I mean? I am me, and I will be me, and I'm not going to change. I'm just going to have a better, everything better. Everything will be more. Why can I speak today? Everything will be better in the production value. So yeah, it's important, man. I spend a lot of time to be balanced. I have good communities that I'm attached to, good friends. My family's amazing. I try to spend a lot of time working out. I talk with a therapist. I have a therapist. Mental health is so important, people, especially coming out of what we did. The last 2 years was a difficult last 2 years for a lot of people. And I think a lot of us don't really understand how much it had an effect on us. So if you need to, don't feel bad about it. I talk to someone every Monday, and it's great. It's been one of the best things that has ever happened to me. She is amazing. And I'm also the type of person that thinks big. And sometimes when you're a big thinker, you're a big dreamer, it's easy to forget the little things. Just simple things. Like when I a lot of times I find myself getting real down, not like all the time, but it just happens. Like you get stressed, you get tired, you start feeling down. And what that really is just letting these negative thoughts come into my mind and then grow. Just stay there and just like put roots. Now I just stop them. As soon as I sense or I'm aware of a negative thought in my mind, I just shut it down. I say no, no. And then I try to flip it. So like let's say for example, um I I missed the train, right? That sucks because especially where I'm at now, it takes me like an hour and 20 minutes to get into the city. And if I miss the train, I'm probably gonna have to wait like 2 hours or more. So I say, well, you know, I missed the train, but I have more time to rest. You know, well, this wasn't the right train for me, but the next one's gonna be the right one for me. And that's gonna get me into the city right when I was supposed to be there. It's just all about shifting your perspective and being positive. I think a lot of times people feel like, oh, that can't work or that's not that important. It's very important. You know, just try it. Just try it this week. Take any negative thought that you have and see if you can turn it around to a positive. And it just it just makes all the difference. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this week. I know Bleach is going to have some really good parts coming up. I have no idea what's happening in Chainsaw Man because I'm anime only. I got my subscriptions on my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, I recommend subscribing. I got subscriptions on TikTok as well. I didn't know that was what that was about. So we'll see what's going on with that. I think it's mostly a live thing. I don't know. I just make videos for TikTok. I also figured out on TikTok that I'm going to be sharing up my content. So I'm going to be doing an 80-20 model. 80% is going to be about the big three, Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. And then 20% about other anime and maybe even some other stuff. But 80% of my content is going to now be about the big three. So I'm excited about that. Um, yeah, I got some cool stuff coming up, man. Cool videos coming up. Um, we're gonna start having some guests. Gonna start linking up with somebody, doing some collaborations. I did a collaborations this weekend. A collaboration this weekend with my sister. I'm gonna probably drop that on Instagram, on TikTok, so y'all can see it because it's only on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But it's pretty funny. I thought it was pretty funny. I know it was pretty funny. It made me laugh. So thank you for the likes. Whoever is just like smashing the likes, so much love. I appreciate it. Oh, I see. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the word too. I receive it. I receive that word. Yeah, but just a short live today. Tomorrow I'll probably do longer. Today I did a lot of work today making content. I try to front load. If you don't know what front loading is when you like pre-do all your work. Please search up Romans 10:9, my friend. Is there a Romans 10:9? Let's see. I can do it right now. I guess the last chapter is 10. Thank you. Yes, I know that. That is true. Oh, but yeah. Where was I? Where was I? I'm off now. Yeah. Short live today, shorter live. 20 minutes isn't short, but God bless. 20 minutes isn't short, but it's keeping it shorter today. Got to get ready. Got to find my clothes for tonight with the kids coming through. Like I said, because we're gonna be doing some trick or treating. Yeah. Actually, I'm not gonna be trick or treating. I'm just gonna be handing out treats. So I just want to get my costume on. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing a longer live, probably around the same time. If I can, I want to try to keep it around 5 o'clock because it appears that 5 o'clock is a good time. On all the platforms, it seems like most of my fans, followers, whatever are here. So thank you. 1K likes. Let's go. But so I appreciate you. I'll be on tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to be on tomorrow at 5. So if you can come by, please come by. It'll be fun. And I appreciate you. And if you're watching this later than 5 p.m., thank you for watching. Thank you for listening on the podcast, and be sure to check it out. If you're not following me or subscribe to me, I highly recommend you do that. And whatever you do, have a happy Halloween, stay safe, and stay casual. Peace.